Hello everybody, I'm Finneyinster, here again, recording a creepypasta with my friend Talos creepypasta. Anyway, enjoy. We are destined not to record today. We've already tried recording twice.
The stars are not in position for this tribute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We just read this, The Knocker.
And then we read a different one.
Pretty
no,
decent
this was the second one.
It's pretty decent.
It was okay, yeah. You should read it.
It's a solid
Go to
7.
the wiki and read it.
Solid 7.
6.
So yeah, we're going to taste a different random pasta.
Yes.
Because this time we are actually recording.
Are we though?
You can see.
Are we though? Really?
Yes, we are actually recording this time.
This video has been brought to you by Action.
Quit saying that, Thaddeus.
It's not my name.
Timothy?
No.
Timaeus.
Who are you? Why are you on my channel?
Mr. Finneyinster, I'm here to collab.
Collab?
Yeah.
Is that a type of pasta?
Yes, it's a type of pasta.
Sounds more like a sausage.
I don't know, it could pass as a sausage.
Collab.
It's like spicy pasta.
Get to your collab.
It's with a K. It's
nice
collab
and
with
fresh.
K.
Oh, okay.
With 2 B's at the end.
2?
Yeah.
K-A-K-O-L-L-O-B-B-E.
No, not with an
E. E-I-G-H.
No. You're doing it wrong.
Well, if you're watching this, it says 12 minutes.
Really?
12 minutes and 41 seconds.
Alright.
11 out of 10. If you're watching this on Mr. Finneyinster's channel, my name is Talos, and I read creepypastas and things.
His name is Timothy.
I read scary stuff, so if you like scary stuff, you should subscribe to my channel, because it's scary.
And I do funny stuff, because why not?
Because funny stuff is funny.
Yes. Smile doges.
And funny rhymes with Finney.
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Not that that's my name or anything.
No, it's completely unrelated.
Yeah.
If you want to see what his channel looks like, it looks like this.
Do like KSP and crap? It's really cool.
All kinds of
my channel's so much better.
crap. And then he has 40 how many subscribers, and then that's my channel.
Then,
I don't even have a channel trailer.
I have like 5 times more videos than he does.
Yeah, but look at the views. Look at the number of views.
Yeah.
The number of subscribers. The number of quality. No. It oh, good. Okay. That's what happens when you unsubscribe.
Yes.
It's painful to me.
Don't do it.
Physically.
Don't do it. I see you. You're about to go hit the unsub button. Your mouse is right over the subscribe button, isn't it? Isn't it? You're gonna unsubscribe.
Get off their backs. Get off their backs. You know what they say. Hold on loosely.
Mm-hmm.
But don't let go.
The werewolves come.
No, that's not anywhere close to the song.
Anyway,
the mark of
Canis.
Canis. Darth Canis.
The wise.
Was a Sith Lord so wise and so powerful. This video has been brought to you by Disney, the new owners of Star Wars.
You did it again.
I did not.
Timothy.
In today's society, the advent of science has brought an understanding of the world which puts people into a sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
A false sense of... Just kidding, it doesn't say that. We know what the world is made of. The way chemistry, physics, biology, and geology all fit into the picture. There's not much humanity doesn't understand anymore, but we do not have it all figured out.
Indeed.
Not entirely. There is still mystery out there. Darkness hiding in the cracks between human understandings. Monsters, spirits of nature, artifacts of extreme power. These entities act on the world without our knowing. But every once in a while, perhaps only for a moment, they are perceived. That moment where the blood goes cold and the skin shivers when we are stuck with the realization that there is a reality of things beyond science and mathematics. Some go insane, the mind broken by its sense of insignificance, or by something so frightening that the brain is thrown into despair so deep it turns over, accepting the new reality by way of erasing every facet of the old one, souring it in a debilitating logic vacuum. On some occasions, I was all into the story, and then...
So is this the future? Is this the future?
Well, apparently, because they clean with logic vacuums.
Well...
on some occasions, not in... The mind is so affected by the supernatural that it becomes twisted. Not fearful or stagnant, but psychotic, as if the supernatural unlocks a part of the human brain dormant, where the most twisted thoughts and notions are born. This is some pretty high talk. If this story is bad, this whole first paragraph is going to be such BS. I gotta get my dramatic voice back on. This part of the psyche creates terrors to rival the supernatural and can cause us to commit unspeakable acts. There is no way to fully understand this part of our brain, but it exists. And the truth of it is a testament to the supernatural, even in the natural confines of the mind. In one case, an artifact of power has had devastating effects on humanity over time, and its nature cannot truly be perceived unless one completely embraces the dark nature of the artifact itself, thus succumbing to that evil part of the mind and saturating oneself in eternal darkness. Do it. Unlimited power!
I'm sorry.
One such artifact is the mark of Canis, Talos.
Is it Canis or Canis?
Canis.
Well, I would assume it's Canis, because if you take away the C, it's anus.
So let's go Canis then.
No, it's gotta be
a
Canis.
Manifestation of extreme evil in a world which predates man by some time. A couple hours.
So like when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
When Cthulhu roamed the earth. Many believe the mark is eternal. It is, always was, and always will be, in case you didn't know what eternal meant. Some others believe it was born of the deepest, darkest sin in some ancient ritual. Others believe it was made by Satan, though it predates him as well.
Oh gosh.
The mark has inspired mass killings, suicide, and various other evils too disgusting to explain in detail. It has permeated into civilization for millennia. To some, it is a supernatural artifact which causes insanity, but the truth of it, the unknown, is so much more. Insidious. Doth Sidious.
Doth insidious.
Doth. What?
The mark of Canis is named after Canis Sepius Florius.
Hey, I knew that guy.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
He was pretty alright.
Yeah, he sounds like
he was the commander of the 8th Roman Legion.
Yeah. He was under Caesar, wasn't he?
Well, I don't remember. Maybe
didn't he conquer the
he was the man who is attributed to its discovery, who brought the mark into civilization.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of dumb.
Commander of the 8th Roman Legion, the man who is attributed to its discovery. You just said this, Thomas.
That's not my name. Stop it. Secretly.
Thaddeus.
Secretly. No.
Timothy.
No. It's on the screen. It's on screen right now. It's at the. Read the thing.
Okay.
Darth Canis.
The man who is attributed to its What was that?
That wasn't me.
And who brought the mark into civilization. Canis was a bright young commander, very wary of each situation. He served under the Praetor's great army during the defense against Hannibal in the Second Punic War, during which he proved his logic and skill on the battlefield against one of the most proficient strategists of all time. Canis was tasked with following Hannibal's footsteps through the Alps and into Gaul, with the object of understanding the Carthaginians' thinking behind this route, as well as setting up a defense against further potential attacks on Rome from Gaul. He brought with him 450 veteran legionaries into the mountains, and 2 weeks later, Canis returned.
Darth Canis.
Extremely ahead of schedule and completely alone. When asked what happened to his men, he replied, "The legionaries? Yes, they returned home. They're sleeping soundly in darkness."
Ooh, that's cryptic.
This response deeply baffled the council.
The Jedi Council.
Have you ever wondered why they haven't made you a master yet?
It's not fair. Wait, there was too much emotion. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not fair. This is the most terrible thing that's ever happened to me.
And
Love
he
can't
had
save you,
Canis.
Padme. Only my new powers can do that.
And he had Canis taken into custody for a real answer to the absence of his men. This is the testament of Heron Epigonus, the Roman who questioned Canis.
Okay, so what should Heron sound like? Because I have to read this whole paragraph.
Last creepypasta we did a white girl.
We did like a Valley Girl voice, huh?
Yeah.
That's a long paragraph. Oh gosh.
It's not that long.
As we were led to the chamber, I noticed... Oh god. I noticed the distracted look of the commander. I thought nothing of it. After his response to the questioning of the consul, I felt he had stress. Perhaps he was ambushed by barbarians, so they broke his mind. It was only when we were locked in the room that I caught his eyes. They were so handsome. They were made of terror. His eyes were made of terror.
Oh,
that
gosh.
is not a thing that people say. Is English your first language?
Maybe this goes into Lord of the Rings.
That is the eyes of terror. Focus.
Eye of Sauron.
The eye of Darth Canis.
The why.
Oh gosh. This is too many things. Focused and alert. Holds to the horrific. I don't get it. It's just a really bad sentence. I could not bear to see them. I looked around, but Canis was locked on me. I finally got to the question. Hey, why are you looking at me so bad? What happened in the Alps? I mean, those men, are they dead? I can't do this. I can't do it.
It's okay, Tiffany.
Canis calmly started. They are unto the darkness. May they feed the mark. This answer was confusing, so I asked another question. Canis, were you, attacked? To which he quickly answered, May they feed the mark.
The mark.
He seems... He's probably fine.
Yeah.
I asked him more, but the answer was the same every time. May they feed Mark. Hey, do you want a sandwich? May they feed Mark. Then he went dazed, so I gripped his shoulder, and he jumped awake, and his eyes changed again. He took his necklace, a new piece, and threw it on the ground. He was frantic, rambling. I asked what was wrong. He replied, "The mark. The mark. Never let it touch me again. The terrible mark." I asked what happened, what this mark was, and he happened to the legionnaires.
And what?
And what happened? That makes infinitely more sense. He told me he would only recall it once, and he began. I'm not gonna do the Canis voice either. It's a long thing.
All right.
Maybe I will. We were marching up the Alps in Hannibal's footsteps, making excellent progress. We made camp when night came, but I could not find sleep, though I had marched the whole day. I heard whispers in ancient tongues calling to me. I was disturbed, no way to sleep, so I went to investigate. The whispers came from... You like how I just casually slipped out of the voice? The whispers became louder, and I started seeing shadows. Then I wished to turn back, but my legs...
You just skipped an entire line.
No, I didn't.
The whispers came from the cave.
The unholy cave. I entered like a fool.
Indeed. You are a fool.
I lit a torch, and I ventured through the tunnels. You know, it was a good day.
The whispers.
The whispers became louder, and I started seeing shadows. Then I wished to turn back, but my legs kept onward, and I felt detached from my body. The feeling became more so, and then the visions started. I saw visages of a single mark, this frightening symbol as old as time itself. I do not wish to describe it to you. It was the Apple logo.
Dun, dun, dun.
This video has been brought to you by Apple. Or
Microsoft,
I guess, would make more sense. I ventured for hours, farther and farther down into the mountain, until I reached a chamber at the bottom, perfectly round and made of the same stone as the cave walls. No markings anywhere, no furniture, but the chamber seemed so perfect, and yet not man-made. In the center, on the ground, lay the necklace, a shining piece in sterling silver, no gems, bearing the mark that persisted in my visions. I heard the whispers rise here, and the rapid beat of drums, the likes of which I had never heard. The sounds rose to a deafening volume, then suddenly dropped out to silence. Then I took another look at the necklace, saw the mark again, and was filled with terror so deep it drove into my being. It overcame me swiftly. I released my bladder and took a step back in fear. Then something took me, seized my body, gripping my soul. I felt a scraping inside me, all over, a sense of worms in my blood shivering inside me. It stopped, and I heard a loud whisper right next to my ear. Slave. Why did he say slave?
Slave.
But it's not in quotation. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Let's do it again. Slave. My mind burst then, with images of the mark, and then the brutalization of my men. It was uncontrollable. Part of me released, not my bladder, because that already happened, and gripping my mind in fury, the mark all over everything. I felt a presence inside, one that was not my own. I went to the necklace, put it on, and realized the mark itself was inside me, and now I lost control. I had to watch as I walked out of the cave, and went back to the camp. I slept in my tent. Nightmares the entire night. The disturbing and silent images of the mark coursing through me. I did not understand it, but I do now.
Young fool.
Young fool. Only now, at the end, do you understand the truth? Lightning, no! The true terror would warp your mind if I spoke of the mark in its full evil. It is ancient, beyond the time of men, working with a dark force so much more powerful than the gods themselves. I woke up, washed over with insanity. I was outside of the person which was me. And I watched in terror as I led the men to a mountain pass and ordered them to stop. I showed the mark to them, and it took them all, stopped them in fear. I proceeded to slaughter them all while they stood. I took out their hearts, ate them. Oh, God.
Oh, gosh.
I took out their hearts.
He ate 450 hearts?
This guy must be really fat. Then cut off the face. The face of the heart? Or because...
Cut off the face of each of them.
Each of their hearts.
Yes.
Blood
everywhere.
The blood everywhere. I washed in a stream and made my way back to Rome. Oh, this just turned dumb. I don't know. The faces. I stood terrified at this testimony. I looked at the necklace and a shiver caught my back. That was all I needed. Canis confessed to killing all the legionnaires. I wasn't sure if his story was true, however. Part of me believed it. When I saw the mark, either way, it was time to tell a console. What console do you think they have? Is it, like an Xbox One?
No, I don't know. The Romans were pretty cool. I'm sure they probably played PlayStation.
Yeah, but this was back in, like, the PlayStation 2 days.
Yeah. Even then, the PlayStation was better. The Romans were pretty smart, so they probably chose the better console.
Of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Halo, though.
The objectively better console.
This video has been brought to you by Sony.
Buy a PS4.
Do it.
This chilling story is only the beginning of the mark in humanity.
Oh no.
Haran spread the word of the mark to Rome, and it became known as
the
Canis.
mark.
Canis's mark.
Canis's
mark. Or the mark of Canis. They saw the mark can affect anyone. It chooses freely. So it's like the ring.
Yeah, it's basically
power.
the ring of power, except the Romans have it and it's a necklace.
Yeah.
And they keep trying to use old sounding English, except it's really,
Out of
really
place.
bad.
Yeah. Oh well. They say the mark can affect anyone.
The mark!
It chooses freely, and you don't need to look directly at it for it to take you. The necklace itself is referred to as the Mark of Canis. But the image itself has power as well.
Oh, cool.
The relationship between image and necklace,
Necklace and image.
in terms of power, is not entirely known. Why did I go into a Batman voice?
It's not entirely known.
However,
So,
it is
Joker.
known that wherever the necklace goes, the evil is always there.
Evil.
It has passed hands from the Romans to the Germans, then to the English, then to America. It instills fear wherever it is. So when it went to the Germans, was that during World War II? Is that
Well,
why?
the Romans did fight in World War II.
Because wouldn't that be what if the mark inspired Hitler?
What if the mark is the ring? Doesn't that make Hitler Sauron?
Wait a second.
And then Himmler is like Saruman.
Later down, it says in 1745 the mark was found in America. So if it says that it was German, then English, then to America, it couldn't have been during World War II.
Gay.
Unless Hitler was born a long time ago. Which,
Maybe he's a time traveler. That's why time travelers can't kill Hitler, because he's a time traveler.
Mm-hmm.
Wibbly wobbly.
Yes. Okay.
And the killings always follow.
It has passed hands from Romans to the Germans, then to the English, then to America. It instills fear wherever it is, and the killings always follow. Many have tried to study the mark, but its existence is entirely a mystery.
What in the world?
Exit 32.
What's happening? What is happening right now? Make it stop. Make it stop. It's probably an ad on the page.
Why is there an ad?
Give me the mouse. That's not gonna help. It's recording system sounds.
Yes, it is.
Oh god. No. I don't want to buy a Mazda.
This video
God.
is sponsored by Moss. Okay.
Ugh. This is the most terrible video.
Uh-huh. And the killings always follow.
I've said that like 12 times. We're just... Buy a Mazda.
Many have tried to study the mark, but its existence is entirely a mystery. Some say Canis did not actually find it, that he made it. Others say it is alien in origin. Most believe it does not even exist, because it cannot be explained. In 1745, the mark was found on a witch in America. The witch was found out, and the mark confiscated. The magistrate ordered the mark destroyed.
Throw it in the fire.
No, saying it was of the devil. But it was taken by one of his own men.
Edward Diller.
Edward Tiller, a Puritan clergy. Edward fled the country by boat, went to Spain with the mark, and committed suicide there without any excuse. It was said by Tiller's wife that he left without any cause or reason, but with such obsession she never saw in him before. Most likely the mark had taken Tiller, as she found pictures of it in his closet, scribbled with chalk.
The mark's legend was strong
This is
in the
totally
1930s.
a Lord of the
It's
Rings ripoff.
completely the Lord of the Rings, except in real life. It's kind of strange.
This video was sponsored by Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg was not involved. That's the most.
Michael Bay.
Yes, Michael Bay's.
George Lucas.
Michael Bay's The Lord of the Rings. Everybody. The mark's legend was strong by the 1930s. So strong that it sparked the curiosity of one such... That's not...
Shh. Accept it, Thomas.
Who had been obsessed with the occult. You may have heard of him. Adolf Hitler. Führer of Nazi Germany, led a campaign throughout the world to collect artifacts of supernatural significance. Okay, so now it's Hellboy. Studying their powers to weaponize them. Hitler sent Gustav Gertsch. I said that in like a Russian accent.
Well, it has a V on the end of
Yeah,
the name, so it's
so he's obviously
Russian.
a Russian immigrant and SS official to Spain to find this mark of gayness. Kirch was successful. The mark was around his neck when he returned to the Fuhrer. He handed the necklace over to the SS, but it didn't matter. The mark already had him. He then returned to his original post, the administration of concentration camp Auschwitz. He let the mark control him, and with its darkness, he became notoriously cruel, openly killing many prisoners with his bare hands, eating their hearts and cutting off their faces. I don't remember.
This would have been so much better if they just left that out.
Without the damn faces. I don't understand. I don't remember reading about this in history. You know, if this had happened, I think we... One Joshua Dish, a Polish Jew held in Auschwitz, recounts his brush with Kirch.
During my time in Auschwitz, I saw many horrors. My fellow Jews working themselves to death through starvation.
See, they should have just eaten some hearts.
Yeah. The Germans were merciless. But there was one man in particular who was even more disturbed than the worst Nazi. His name was Gustav Kirch. Kirch was the man in charge of Auschwitz. And he was more terrifying than the camp itself. He stalked the camp, looking with those eyes, those terrible eyes. They were like pools of the bluest poison, ominous and deep. It was like looking into the eyes of Beelzebub himself. He was insane, oftentimes breaking into fits of rage, scribbling symbols on the walls and rambling in other languages. The guard said that one of him heard him talking to himself in his chambers in dual tongues. We dared not sleep alone at night, and in the day we worked hardest to keep him satisfied. One morning I was working in the mill with Dieter and Franz making helmets when Kirch walked in to inspect us. He had those eyes again, those beautiful, gorgeous eyes.
Oh.
I could hear whispers around him, as is right out of my nightmares.
You should worship the mark or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm being the whispers.
Yeah. He looked at Fran's work and smiled with his wolfish grin. Excellent craftsmanship, Franz.
I thought he was Russian.
Excellent. Never mind. Forget the whole Russian.
Excellent
thing.
craftsmanship, Franz. Were it not for your foul Jewish nature, you would be a master at your trade.
Leave now.
For
to work
in your yard.
He dismissed Franz, then walked to Dieter. Oh, Dieter, this is wonderful. Very nice camouflage paint on the sides. The Bolshevik hordes will never see us coming. Now, you may join Franz in the yard. Go now!
Do it.
Kirch may have been a psychopath, but even he could not ignore superior metalworking. He then
really
moved
weird.
to me, and he changed. The whispers became louder.
Dude, the
He
mark's really
looked
cool. You should totally
at
wear
my
the mark.
helmet. Well, obviously the whispers became louder because he moved closer to
Well,
me.
yeah, that's how sound works.
Because the whispers are around him.
Right. There's a aura of whispers.
Yeah, yeah. The whispers became louder.
Whisper.
He looked at my helmet, a ding in the side, the swastika unfinished, and he looked filled with a calm, almost otherworldly anger. Joshua, a truly Jewish name. You must have roots in Canaan, don't you? You're filthy. This work is shameful. You are good for nothing besides to stink up the ground like dirt and mud.
Whoa.
Then his voice changed completely. Look at me, child. I stared into his eyes, and I saw it. The mark. The terrible mark. The mark is inside of his eyes?
In his eyes the whole time.
Ah,
That's where it was.
it was hideous.
Dang it.
Drenched in ancient blood. Ungodly and disgusting.
Ew.
I thought it was the devil at first. Demonic and hellish. But as I started to look on a different quality altogether, something much more terrifying, basing its power in fear itself rather than torment.
What?
I could see the terror on my own face. Then I was out of my own body, and I found myself in front of a room, not like any other I had seen before.
Huh.
The mark was all over the walls, and a light shone in the middle of the room. I went towards it, unable to control myself. And when I nearly came upon the light disappeared. In its place was Kirch, covered in blood and laughing hysterically. I had begun to weep when he stopped and called to me. He then whispered, but I could hear it as if it was right in my ear. "Slave," I cried out. "No, no, no! You will die!
You will die!
I begged, pleaded, but Kirch only continued to laugh as he took out a combat knife, slit his own throat, and watched the blood drain out on the floor. I stood frozen in terror as the blood pooled and Kirch fell to the ground, then gaped as the blood on the floor started spinning,
What?
forming a whirlpool in the... Oh gosh, this started out so good!
It's not anymore.
Ah!
Let it go.
Ah!
Let it go.
I prayed out loud for the Lord and begged for forgiveness. But then I started to see the scarlet whirlpool change, as if something was stirring inside. Well, obviously it's stirring because it's a freaking
It's a
whirlpool.
whirlpool made of blood, you idiot.
It begun to climb out.
It done started to climb out of the whirlpool.
Ever so slightly. I noticed a form move from the puddle. Then I blacked out.
Was he out of usable Pokemon?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up in my cot, soiled and sweating. He soiled his pants.
He does stink. My goodness.
Well, he's a Jew.
Don't do that.
The prisoners were cheering, and friends came to me, told me Kirch was dead.
Of course he was. He killed
In
himself.
his room. They found his body on the floor. He slit his own throat, but there was no blood anywhere.
Okay,
because
that's actually
it
creepy.
drained into the floor.
That's actually creepy. Yeah, if he hadn't had the stupid eternally long whirlpool vision, that would have been actually really cool.
Yeah.
If there, anyways, this is my last paragraph. Let's go. How should I read? Legend has it the mark itself was cast into the Mediterranean and washed up somewhere in Africa. The myths were recognized by the U.S. government as fear-inducing propaganda, and all traces of it were wiped from the Jedi archives. The reasoning behind this is shrouded in mystery, but the government continues today to deny its existence and maintains tight internet censorship of the mark.
That's why the NSA censors everything. Not censors, but spies on everything.
They don't. Anyone who makes any reference to the mark gets, I don't know,
Then
banned.
why is this story still up? It's been here
Because
since...
creepypasta.com is
How
the
long?
most secure database in the world.
When was this uploaded?
It doesn't. October 16th is the last time
This has
it
been
was.
up for 3 years?
Whoa. Good job, guys.
Wow, that's impressive.
Cray, girl. Most searches for it come up empty, but every once in a while, something slips.
Welp.
Welp, keep reading. No, stop it. Keep reading. There's people breaking into our house. Finish the thing.
Why?
Kill us now. The power behind the mark arcane is unknown. We cannot imagine its true nature. What we do know is how it can affect us. The mark doesn't need to be touched to affect someone. In many cases, to be continued.
Copy.
Yep.
Wow. Kudos to you.
Yep. Yes.
Well, yeah, hope you liked this video.
Yeah.
It was cool and
It
all,
was
except it
bad.
got stopped.
In the
It
middle
was a
of
bad
the,
story
It was
anyway.
a terrible story. It was. Yeah.
There was a
So
whirlpool of
cliche.
blood.
Why was there a whirlpool of blood? Blood does not. I mean, it. I know it. Okay, so I know it was some kind of weird vision or whatever. But
It's
come
still
on,
weird.
It's yeah.
Anyway,
Uh,
I'm Mr. Finneyinster. This is Thaddeus Creepypasta.
that's not my name.
Tiffany Creepypasta.
I'm crying hyper realistic blood tears because of this story. It's just they can hear you. They can hear you all. Why are you in my house?
Check out my channel. Link will be in the description. Check out
So will mine.
Thaddeus's channel. Thaddeus Creepypasta.
Talos
Timothy Creepypasta.
is the name of my channel, and there's a lot more.
Credit to Greg Patrick.
You suck,
Rate
Greg
this
Patrick.
It was a
2
solid
pumpkins
3.
out of 10.
It was a solid 3.
It's not gonna let you vote because they found a reference to the mark on your internet.
The NSA is going to take over my computer.
I think you mean the MSA.
Mm-hmm.
M is for Mark.
Yeah. Bye, guys.